We're gonna edit out my ums and ohs.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're just saying your name.
Okay.
The name of this is what we
Okay.
said already.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm Linda Scholes, and I own Somethings Brewing in Grays Lake. We're at my downtown location now. I have 2 locations in town. We've been open since 1993. When we first started, we were basically just a bakery and coffee house, which evolved with more baking and then adding in what started with a small menu and evolved to a very huge menu. That's continued to grow. We've added confections over the time, and now we are pretty much just a well-encompassed business, I would say, that we offer pretty much something for everybody.
You're noted as a Grays Lake sustainable business. Grays Lake Composts, you're part of the program, and you're also a We Compost partner through the Illinois Food Scrap Coalition.
Okay.
Statewide
I know it.
recognition.
Cool.
So you've got state recognition and then 2 different types of green sustainable business, and Grays Lake Sustainable Business and Grays Lake Compost Program.
Okay.
So if you could answer, how have you been recognized? Have there been any benefits outside of feeling good?
The only thing that I have that sticker on my door, and then they give me a plaque, which now I have no idea where it went.
Well, we have the sticker they'll be able to take a picture of. I don't want to.
Maybe at the other store.
I don't want to script you.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool if you said.
Okay.
Script me. The village, Grays Lake. The village of Grays Lake recognized us as a sustainable business.
Yes.
Designated us as such, or designated us, or considers us
A sustainable business. Okay.
Yeah, and then we're part of the Grays Lake Compost Program, and this is the change we're trying to. This is the movement we want to be a part of. We were also recognized by the Illinois Food Scrap Coalition as a We Compost partner.
Yeah, it is. Can we do that in parts?
Yeah, sure you can.
Okay. So, because I got to remember all that. Okay. So.
Yeah, talk about the village. And then, you don't have to say the IFS.
We've been recognized as a Grays Lake sustainable business and a composting partner?
Grays Lake Composts. Yeah, and we're part of the Grays Lake
composting program. Okay. All right. So, are you taping now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We've been recognized as a Grays Lake sustainable business as well as part of the Grays Lake composting program. Was that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Partnership is what you were saying?
No, what she said was perfect. It was just hilarious. Because she's like, Grays Lake Compost.
Did you even say it again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But wait.
Yeah, you've been designated. We were designated as a
Grays Lake sustainable business, as well as.
And we're part of the Grays Lake Compost Program.
Program is good. Okay.
Yeah, it was perfect.
All right. So. I lost it. We've been designated as a Grays Lake sustainable business, as well as being part of the composting program in Grays Lake.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay, that was backwards, but sorry.
No, that's perfect. And then we are a Illinois Food Scrap Coalition We Compost partner.
Good Lord. Illinois.
We're a We Compost partner in the Illinois Food Scrap.
We're a Illinois We Compost partner. That was
I like that one.
We are also an Illinois We Compost partner. Is that what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay. So, we are also an Illinois We Compost partner.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
And we're going to count on him to edit and make it look like you're like, of course
try to
we
make the
are.
magic here.
So I would love to now go through and posting. What changed? What was easier? What was harder? What did you notice?
So the biggest thing I would say that I noticed when we started composting was probably the amount of garbage went down. Our dumpsters finally weren't filled. And then we were overfilling the composting bin, so we had to figure that out. Our takeout containers are compostable, so those were going in there. We have to figure out how to smash things. We had to figure out when we're composting coffee grounds, a lot of water was going in there. So right away we made our system. We have a double bucket system. So we use pickle buckets that we recycle ourselves, and my husband drilled holes in the bottom of one of them and then we dump the grounds into there. That sits in the other bucket. The water drains out. So now the compost isn't so heavy because the bags were ripping open on my staff, and I had a little pushback on that. So we had to solve that problem right away, because if a bag is too heavy and if it busts outside, that's going to go into the garbage. It's not going to go in the compost, and they're going to get fed up. So I had to get staff on board. So I had to overcome those hurdles, fix those things so that this could be easier for them. I had to remove that. Had to remove the barriers that were stopping them from getting on board with the composting. But they jumped on pretty quickly. Like as soon as we did that, they knew that I wasn't going to let up, that I was pretty much set on doing this no matter what. So they got on board, and once everybody started smashing everything, and then we got these systems in place, that went much better. And it saves a lot of room in the dumpster again, so yay.
Awesome. Supplies or teaching and education that went into the back of house side, could you
Yeah, do we have any of those signs left? Because like we had signs on every one of our garbage cans, but we took them all down because of COVID. We don't have any of those laying around, do we? Yeah. Can I see it?
to ask you is how did you go through training, and
Okay.
when did it become second nature? Because that's kind of what you were saying.
Okay.
And how did you use the signage, like again, and like kind of how did it change?
Okay. So the learning curve in the beginning was a little bit of an effort, mostly me nagging. Going by, and we did physically put on gloves and dig through it sometimes because we were told from the start that if we put something in there that wasn't compostable, that it could all get thrown out. So we tried to be super careful because I didn't want our efforts to go to waste. No pun intended. But just me repetitively telling them, don't put this in there, put that in there. And I would actually look in the garbage cans sometimes, as weird as that might sound, but I would look at it and say, why is this in here? It needs to be in the compost. And in the beginning, there was a little bit of pushback from staff because it was just an extra step for them. But after a while, they got used to it, and it just became second nature. When somebody new comes on, they tell them once, and it's basically just expected. And because the group think this is what we do, nobody pushes back anymore. They know this is our culture, this is what we do, it's expected. There is no throw this over here. They know if there's a plastic cup that doesn't get used for whatever reason, it fell on the floor or whatever that might be, they know it's got to be rinsed and put in the recycling bin. Everybody here knows that. So that over time has gotten much easier. We were provided with all kinds of signage when we first started. That went up everywhere. We still have some of those signs. Most of us that have been here all this time, I myself, I don't even see the sign anymore because I know I'm used to it. For new people, it's a reminder, so we keep them up. But even to this day, if I see something in the garbage, just as my second nature, I'm always looking. Why is that in there? That is compostable. I'll pull things out and put them in the compost bin.
Yeah, perfect. Now, in terms of, you said that you tell your customers.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you can tell us about the front of house program when
Okay.
it existed, and then with COVID changing, in any way that you've continued
Okay.
to, like, because I know you're using compostables,
Right.
in whatever way you've continued to keep the composting mindset
Okay.
and communication
Okay.
with customers.
Okay. So before COVID, we did have separate cans in our front of house in our dining room. We had a garbage can, we had a recycling bin, and we had a compost can. And we had the signs that were provided to us, plus signs that we made ourselves to keep it very simple, fast to read. Like, stop, don't put this here. That was a big education piece with our customers. And we would stop and go in the dining room and talk to people because sometimes they're like, why do you want us to separate your garbage? This is why, because we're stopping these things from going into the landfill. So if you help us, big effort. We would still have to go through that garbage sometimes, what was out in the dining room, but we did it. Our takeout containers are compostable. Before COVID, when we served in our dining room, we used regular ceramic dishes, which we still haven't gone back to. We're still using compostable, which it breaks my heart to see all these containers going in the garbage. I feel better that they're compostable, but I still know it's still an amount of waste. but we just haven't gotten back there yet. Our dining rooms are smaller. We don't want to have as much seating right now. We're still trying to keep it small. One day, is that going to change? I hope so. We don't have the compost containers in the dining room right now because, well, for one thing, our kitchen is filling up the compost container that we have. But for another, it's just been too much to try to educate people right now. We are short on staff like all the restaurants are. So that's kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit. Hope to get that going again soon.
Perfect. Now, any kind of tricks of the trade you've learned in terms of, optimal placement for your bins in the kitchen? Any like space, temperature? You mentioned like squishing stuff down. You were nervous about that. And also outside, like where you placed the container.
I don't think anything's really
with any issues. Maybe not.
Yeah, nothing's really.
You shared your innovative idea with.
Yeah, that's like the only we're all really good at smashing milk jugs, but I mean that's more recycling.
Yeah, no problem. So then, what about the impact on? You mentioned you touched on the trash going down. Any impact on your diversion of recycling? Your trash went down. You're paying for compost, so you can touch on. You pay more for compost, but has your recycling improved too? So just kind of touch on how has this program impacted your waste? All three streams.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes when people start composting, they're paying more attention to what goes where, and their recycling goes up. So their trash goes.
Well, we were recycling before. Like we were already recycling, so.
Okay, so
I guess not really much of a difference there because I was always big on recycling.
So maybe a quick answer, because I like to acknowledge, how it's impacted, financially and operationally. And so you started off, you were already recycling, you're telling us, and then, it does cost more to compost, but the reason why you think it's worth it.
Yeah.
You could kind of touch on that. So the impact that this.
I just think it's worth it.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's not saving me any money. It's really not. I mean, the garbage is going out there no matter what, but
Any chance that
it might save somebody else money. I don't know.
Was there ever a thought that maybe you've seen a reduction in the amount of food waste that you generate now because you are more conscious of how you manage it? I don't know. I know you said you cut the ends.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes I've seen people go, you know what, we figured that we didn't need to buy as much of that or something because
I would almost say no, just because you're a restaurant and you're already careful with food waste. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a big thing in a restaurant.
Right.
At home, maybe you'd see that more because you're throwing away all those leftovers you didn't eat. Like,
that's
like,
a great point.
yeah. So maybe like at home, I could say that for at home that you're probably going to see that if you want, if you'd like that.
I don't know if you'd want to delve into creative reuse of food.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, I mean, sometimes
only
you
if
go,
Yeah.
you're doing it here.
if we're doing
otherwise it makes
something,
irrelevant.
we've got this component of a food stream that we're not going to use for today's food, but we might save it and keep it in the fridge and use it in a preparation the next day or something. Or I don't know, just always thinking of.
Yeah, people don't like to hear that in a restaurant.
No, I know.
Well, so let me ask you this.
A brown banana goes into a shake instead of.
Oh, well, we purposely get our bananas brown because we blend them when we put them in our muffins.
Right, you want the mushy.
Yeah, so we wait for them. Yeah, they're always like sitting out. And then we blend them, then they go in the freezer. So like we're really good at managing our food like that. So we really don't have that kind of waste, but yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
I'm just letting it go.
Yeah. Good. So no, that is creative and or just business sense.
yeah. I mean, I think more business sense. Yeah.
So to touch on the diversion rate, once you started composting, you were already recycling.
Right.
And then once you started composting, how much of a decrease in trash and an increase in diversion do you think that you saw? So again, you're not
In the beginning, it caused quite a decrease in our dumpster. That's kind of gone up, only because I think we've been a little bit busier right now. And there's other people using the dumpster, so that is also part of it, is educating our neighbors because it's a shared dumpster. None of our neighbors really compost, but but recycling, we're always trying to educate them because, you know, like you can't put those plastic bags in there. You can't put plastic wrap. So much of what we get comes like that. So that we're always trying to share, and we will look through there and pull that stuff out and put it into the garbage.
Did you estimate that the trash that you generated maybe dropped in half or a third less? Or?
With recycling, for sure. We easily fill 2 dumpsters a week easily with cardboard and cans. All of our milk jugs, and we rinse and we smash everything. It's important to smash that stuff. The food waste did definitely cause less garbage. Made our garbage lighter. So we do have to sometimes smash the regular garbage too. Even the cans out in front of our store, we have sticks that we use to smash because our compostable containers are going in there from customers. And then it causes bulk of garbage, so we have to condense that because we don't want to just throw away garbage bags for no reason. It's just creating more waste. So we will compact that stuff as much as we can just to get it down. So is the trash still there? Yes, but it's smaller. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So the financial impact of composting and why it's worth it.
The financial impact is, I don't care. I don't mind paying for the composting because I want to do it. I think it should be done. It makes my soul feel better to do that. I see the amount of garbage that we throw away, so I have no problem paying for that. If you're going to do that at home, I think you should definitely take that into your cost, that sometimes there's things that we need to pay for to do the right thing. But it's going to save room in your garbage for sure too. It's going to make you see what you're throwing away and what's going in that compost bin. But I just think it's worth it, whether it's saving you money or not. It's just worth it to do for the impact on the environment, plain and simple. Is it saving me any money? I don't know. You know, I mean, the garbage is going out there no matter what, but it's just something that needs to be done. Is that okay?
That's great.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Linda, do you recall
You're okay.
when the village went to this franchise,
Mm-hmm.
kind of what you were paying before versus after the franchise?
Oh, see, that's hard because at both stores, it's
Yeah.
in my rent,
Yeah.
so I don't pay the bill.
Right.
I only pay the because my landlord said right away, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Do we
I'm
want
gonna, and I had to fight with both my landlords. Honestly, I don't want to.
remember You're noted as a Grays Lake sustainable business. Grays Lake Composts, you're part of the program, and you're also a We Compost partner through the Illinois Food Scrap Coalition.
Okay.
Which is statewide
know it.
recognition.
Cool.
So you've got state recognition and then 2 different types
Uh-huh.
of green sustainable business, and Grays Lake Sustainable Business and Grays Lake Compost Program.
Okay.
So if you could answer, you know, how have you been recognized? Have there been any benefits outside of feeling good? And you,
The only thing that I have that sticker on my door, and then they give me a plaque, which now I have no idea where it went.
well, we have the sticker they'll be able to take a picture of. I don't want to.
Might be at the other store.
I don't want to script you.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool if you said,
Okay.
you know, the
Script me.
the village, Grays Lake, the village of Grays Lake recognized us as a sustainable business.
Yes.
Designated us as such, you know, or designated or designated us or, you know,
Yeah.
considers us.
A sustainable. Okay.
Yeah, and then we're part of the Grays Lake Compost Program. And, you know, this is the change we're trying to, you know, this is the movement we want to be a part of. We were also recognized by the Illinois Food Scrap Coalition as a We Compost
Illinois Food-
partner.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
We'll do-
Can we do that in parts?
Yeah, sure
Yes.
you can.
Okay. So, yeah, because I got to remember all that. Okay.
We'll talk about
So,
Yeah, talk about the village. And then, like, you don't have to say the IFS.
we've been recognized as a Grays Lake sustainable business and a composting partner. Is that what
Grays
you-
Lake Composts, yeah, and we're
And-
part of the Grays Lake
composting
program.
program. Okay. All right.
You can put it
So,
against
Are you taping now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We've been recognized as a Grays Lake sustainable business as well as part of the Grays Lake composting program. Was that right?
Good enough.
Yes.
I like
Okay.
it. Partnership is what you were saying?
No,
Oh.
no, what she said was perfect. It was just
Is it-
hilarious. But she's like, Grays Lake Compost.
Do you even say it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay.
You'll get-
But
you're-
wait.
we're gonna
Yeah,
get
you've
it.
been designated.
Oh, look
we
at
were
this.
we were designated as a
Grays Lake sustainable business
Yeah.
as well as
and we're part of the Grays Lake Compost program.
program is good. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
perfect.
All right. So I lost it. We've been designated as a Grays Lake sustainable business as well as being part of the composting program in Grays Lake.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
perfect.
that was backwards,
And
but
then-
sorry.
No, that's perfect. And then we are a Illinois Food Scrap Coalition We Compost partner.
Good Lord.
Ooh, wow.
Illinois.
We're a We
Keep-
Compost partner in the Illinois Food Scrap.
We're a Illinois We Compost partner. That was
Yeah, I like that one.
We are also an Illinois We Compost partner. Is that what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay. So we are also an Illinois We Compost partner.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
And we're gonna count on him to edit and make it look like you're like,
Oh,
of course
try to
we
make the
are.
magic here.
So I would love to now go through and
You